I know, right?
I wasted my bottle cat savings.
It always makes me wonder, though, if those people who are like scalping the stuff and whatnot are actually making money. Like, I don't know, because I never checked anything, and obviously recording, so this is a weird entrance to the video. But like, there are people on like eBay like making bank selling toilet paper right now. I don't know.
There
What's
has
the
to be
saying?
someone.
A fool and his money are easily parted.
Call me Banksy.
Where there's demand, where there's someone that's going to pay for it, there's someone that's going to make.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's a market for it. There are people actually paying for turnips in Animal Crossing with real money.
Are there really? Wow.
I had a friend who she has a friend who actually
Goodness.
buy bells with actual cash. I don't believe it.
Well. Anyway, hey everybody, this is Grimcad, and we had a little conversation about all sorts of nonsense. But we're going to start the important, serious stuff, which is Dungeons and Dragons. On Wednesdays, we play 5th edition in our sort of homebrew place. Let us go down the line and introduce everyone in a cheerful and upbeat voice. That's your cue. So when you're introducing yourself, the cue is cheerful and upbeat. Let's start with... and you can tell who I'm going to start with because I have to pause and find out how to pronounce your name. Zydroin!
Why is it always my characters you can't say their name?
Look, I don't know. And, I have this penchant for, like, multi-syllable names and incredibly long ones, and I still have to pause and see yours.
You say that, but you can't pronounce his character's name.
That's true. I have to look at that one as well. And also, I guess 420 is the player. He is also playing Hyundai.
Mr. Hyundai.
That one was more of a joke, but who am I to ruin comedy?
His name is now Hyundai Honda.
Adrian, you are up next.
Hello.
Guts.
Morning. Welcome to the Rona.
Rick.
He's dead.
Yeah, Rick's dead.
He's dead.
Chirp, chirp.
Sorry, was that? I am here. I'm not actually dead.
We've been starting later than normal. For those of you who don't know, both Rick and Zydroin live in New Zealand, so it's like, what time is it there?
4:14 a.m.
So it's like 4 in the morning. So they're awfully dedicated to the D&D stuff. So I can't fault them for not being with it early in the morning for them. Also, not appearing in this film is Tadpole, who I imagine will be around at some point, because he generally is.
Yeah, Little Miss Five Finger discount.
Yeah.
It's going to be back at some point.
Well, I bet the funny thing is that now the party will agree on things.
You say that, but here I am still wanting to fight in a war, and everyone's like, "No, we can't do that."
That's true.
We're going to get our ass beat.
We actually disagreed on that one. So recap.
No, we can't fight a demon.
After Zydroin, the druid, one shot my big bad end guy.
It was not a one shot. It was so long that we had to decide, hey, how long do you want to roll dice for? This could go on for a while.
I know.
I didn't one shot it.
I'm teasing, of course. The party was not even the party, but rather her specifically. Is Zydroin a she or a he? That's a good question, huh?
Yeah,
I always thought that John was a he.
We will say he for now.
Okay.
What about gender fluid?
I mean,
Like all true dragons.
Yeah.
I can't say bad words right now because my kid's here, but there's some jokes. Was congratulated by Welshaw and was given the opportunity, to get some reward. Some time passed. We went and we saw Welshaw again with the group, and he asked what they wanted. Long story short, they wanted some of their old equipment back that was sold to the Babao. They got it. Certainly Guts equipment, and they got some of Rick's equipment back. Somewhere in the middle there, they actually went to talk with the Babao again? Or was that towards the end?
The end.
Yeah,
That was towards the
Legitimately.
end-ish? Okay. So, in the middle of our conversation, because, man, I can't remember what happened, another of the demon lords has come, quote-unquote, calling on Welshaw. A Merilith by the name of...
I'm calling
Gel
you
Makoff.
out.
Long story short, she said she was bored. Everyone else was doing something in regards to the city. She was sitting around doing nothing, so she brought her quote-unquote armies to come and to challenge Welshaw for the control of his soul fountain. For whatever reason, he agreed, possibly out of mutual boredom, possibly out of some other motivations that we don't know about yet. And then he asked the party if they would fight for him. They had not decided at the meeting right there, and they decided they wanted some time to think about it. They went and they talked to the Babao and tried to sort of hire them on as mercenaries as well. They were not exactly speaking with Welshaw's authority, though, and they did not have a lot of things to offer them, and they could not 100% guarantee that Welshaw would pick up any debts that they incurred. So long story short, they declined. They did manage to buy Hundo, however. So now, again... Gypsy 420 is now playing two characters at the moment, and we're going to see how that sort of rolls and flows. They attempted to gain access to the Merilith, Gel Makoff. However, as they were just 2 or 3 random people attempting to gain entrance with the general or the demon lord of an invading and hostile place, they were not granted entry. And that is pretty much where we have left off. We have not officially given Welshaw a yes or no answer. And we're sort of... what do we do next? So I guess the question is, what do we do next? Because the party sort of has come to the conclusion, not unanimously, it should be stated for once, that they do not wish to get involved in this scrape.
No, we would like to. It just, we know when it would be a bad idea. And I mean, I don't know about everyone else, but I really feel like I've pushed my characters so far with the whole, surviving and not having to reroll characters.
Yeah, I'd rather not. I'd rather not end up as paste on the end of some demon's club in the middle of nowhere.
I'll give you,
That
there
sounds
were some
awesome.
rather large numbers of demons. We scouted out their forces a little bit. We don't have an exactly accurate count, but we got a pretty good feel on their numbers, and there's a fair amount of them.
It's not even the fact that it's like the large amount of numbers, it's the fact that this is being done and it's really pointless, I guess. It's like they think it's a game.
I mean, it is to them.
Welshaw's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, imagine living in the Abyss and not having at least some form of militia or something. Like, not expecting Keiko demons and everything.
Imagine
But
being one of the old entities set to guard an object, but you lose it because you played checkers once.
yeah,
Yeah, couldn't be me.
it's essentially what they're doing.
So,
Well, he's not even playing checkers because he's like, do you want to fight for me? So he's giving his pieces the options to move. So that's not checkers.
so we're going to pick up right there where we left off. And again, I guess we're going to pick up with the question, what would we like to do next? We have sort of scouted out the hostile enemy camp, and again, big quotations on that because they're not exactly hostile to you.
I mean,
They
Yeah.
could be.
so where were we at? Like, were we at camp currently? Can't remember where exactly we left.
We can say that you've gone back to camp. I have no issues with that. We sort of, split the group to go check out the, whatchamacallit,
Yeah.
the Gilmagoth's army. But what do we do now? Do we want to actually give Welshaw an answer? Do you want to just dip out of the city? Do we want to stay in the city, observe? Do we want to head out to the sidelines as far away as possible? What's the plan? Do we want to do something different and maybe try to do some sneaky things and find things? No. Riley doesn't
Well,
agree with that one.
I can't make a watching platform out of the ground, so
Hi.
hello.
Hello.
They all said hi back.
What did other people want to do? I know Rick wants to go punch things.
I'd like to live
Yeah.
hell and stop and go back to enslaving regular people, not demons.
Alright. So we
Not
got
just
one.
enslaving all the demons. They just make it so difficult.
They really do. What about guts?
Regarding whether or not we should sit out.
Yeah, like what did you want to do for this
Personally,
situation?
I don't see us having a stake in any of this. This is between Welshaw and his friend. So, if he wasn't prepared for this, quite honestly, I don't care who's on the throne here.
And
If
if
it
you
isn't
just
Welshaw, it's Welshaw or not, it doesn't matter to me.
Sorry, that large gasp was because my pencil was rolling off the table.
And I know.
What if?
We can be confident in saying that Tadpole would be most akin to the option with the highest survival rate.
Yeah,
so,
she surely did not want to fight.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
would
And I
wanna-
think we've established that we don't want to fight. But what do we wish to do instead?
we're just not at that OP level where we trade artifacts over checkers or chests, Maybe if Grim gave us level 9, who knows?
Maybe we
What if we
out of
raided it?
character. Maybe we should go to the tavern or something. Just drink. Drink while this is all going on in the background.
What if we break into his house while they're fighting
You'll kill us?
and try and seize control of the soulful?
Actually,
Yeah, soul found.
that's not a bad idea.
Well,
Actually,
he'll kill us, and if he doesn't, the other demon will. Well, they'll both
Well,
kill
who-
us.
he'll be a bit
Yeah, what if he finds us in
preoccupied.
there?
No, he's not fighting. He's just sitting there.
I mean,
know?
he'll
If we're
have to-
not fighting for him, he's gonna be the one fight.
yeah. Don't forget he will actually have to put up a fight against the army. He said that he can take the Merilith by himself, but that he can't take the army. So he'd actually have to exert himself and have all his concentration on the fight of the army and everything. I don't think he's going to be able to just flash that out of existence.
But again, we don't need the cell fountain. We need the soul
we don't.
forge. And he has the information to that. So just fuck off somewhere.
I don't think he'd have a document manila folder full of information and everything.
It's literally a little manila folder that says "Do not read adventurers" written on it.
He just has it on his office desk.
Yeah.
Well, did we want to stick around, or did we want to dip out and just see what's further on? Oh, can I check one of the city finding compasses, actually? And make sure it's still pointing in, like, the same direction we came from? Because we know the landscapes and stuff shift small amounts, but has it moved, like, anything major?
That points to the city?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still in the same general direction.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it'd probably be a good idea to at least scout around this town while this is happening. For whatever reason, if we also need to make a hasty escape, a hasty leave, we need to figure out a way to do so.
That might be a good idea, and get more exact numbers on the army in case anything happens that makes them follow us.
More information couldn't hurt.
Well, I assume as out of character as we've been just now, our characters
Yeah, I'm assuming like all
something.
of this is out of character. Yeah.
Yeah. But I'd assume our characters would be talking something along the lines of it.
Yeah, I think Guts would recommend at least scouting around the town, looking for maybe exits, also looking for information on how the numbers of each of the armies, who Welshaw has got fighting for him.
Welshaw has us, and we're not even guaranteed.
Yeah, well then, but doesn't
We're
he also
not
say
even-
he's trying to get at the townspeople too, like the town's demons?
While you're kind of going around and doing that, while you've been doing the other things, Welshaw has literally been going around sort of press ganging people into the army, threatening to basically threatening them to fight for him or else. Like, there's uncertain death or there's certain death right here in front of you. You can take your choice.
Welshaw's rocking up with "Fight for the Motherland" on.
Yeah. Well, in that case, I could try and lie and see what's happening. Rick, you've got flying too, don't you?
Indeed, I do.
Did you want to?
But I can only do it for an hour.
There's still
That's
a good
fine.
day before the two armies are at least supposed to fight,
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure I've got a hour-long limit on my transformations at a time too. I'm like an animorph. Oh, should we see what kind of gatherings each side has? At least for a start.
Which side do you want to skip?
Which of us would look more nondescript?
Well, we did sort of already scout out the opposing side before. I don't know if you remember, but...
Oh yeah, but I'm thinking get more exact numbers and stuff like that.
Okay.
Not just spending a few minutes or a few seconds as we're walking through the middle of their encampment.
And also maybe see on the horizons to see if backup's away.
Yeah. I would imagine flying speed of 60. What's flying speed? Pretty sure it's the same.
I think 60 is like most of the flying speed.
Yeah.
So chances are, if you can fly, you would like to sort of go over. Are you sort of dividing your time over both armies, or are you looking?
Well, I was
quote
thinking
unquote
there's
both armies.
two of us that can fly, so probably just send one to each army.
Well, technically, I mean, there's three of you. Adrian also,
Yeah, I
assists, so-
suppose. Does Adrian want to get on his rather fresh-smelling abomination?
I think it would actually probably be better if you do the scouting of the invading army, because you can just look like a dragon.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look like a dragonborn with a pair of bird wings.
That's what I was saying, like, which of us would look more nondescript? Because, I mean, sure, I look like just a dragon, but at the same time, how many dragons have you seen in the Abyss? But yes, I'm happy to
How many
go
dragons
scout
have we
out the
seen
Maryland.
in the
Well, I believe I have transformed into one dragon, so 1. 2, because there's Adrian's.
What now?
We're scouting the armies. Would you be able to fly your dragon under invisibility, like just you invisible? Because I assume it wouldn't take over the dragon as well, or the wormling.
Yes.
That
Yeah.
sounds like
Yeah.
a question to the DM.
Yeah, like as long as he's not taking, hostile actions or anything like that, he can be invisible. Yeah.
Well, I reckon 2 dragons just flying around might even...
Get shot by aerodemons?
Yeah, could do. Just don't get hurt. And I mean, if they really shoot me with arrows, then hey, all of a sudden they've got a T-Rex in the middle of their encampment.
Just, a few hundred demons. Couple dozen can be in.
And then all of a sudden they have a dead T-Rex in their encampment.
No, because then all of a sudden they've got a second T-Rex, and then another dragon, and then
Let
a
the
dead
action
dragon.
economy's against you
And
there.
then they did.
Yeah, no, that action economy would screw me. That's why none of them fly.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
I just got
Yeah,
my,
you wouldn't.
economic stimulus check.
I had that like 2 weeks ago.
Wow.
Did you? Yeah, I just got mine.
Direct deposit. Whoa.
Yeah. Well, I mean, mine's
Well,
direct deposit too, but I just got the letter saying it was
Oh,
deposited.
I got that a few days ago.
Hmm.
They sent
So
out
did-
a letter too. Like, why?
Yeah, it's just a little bit. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt like that.
I mean, it's money. I understand.
Right. Also, I didn't mean to just do that in front of the mic. That was like directly in front of the mic right there.
It really
Crumble
was.
the paper.
Crinkle, crinkle, crinkle.
So I will go check the Merilith army. And one of you two go check if Welshaw has any kind of force growing.
Wait, I'm sorry, repeat that. It kind of broke up.
I was saying that I will go scout out the Merilith's army, and one of the other two can see if Welshaw's got any kind of forces amassing.
Yeah, I could do that. I could check. Does anyone want to go with me?
Sure.
There are also, of course, NPCs on the ground if you wish to take people on the ground as well. Just, let me know who.
Oh yeah, we have all the NPC onlys I've already killed in 2 seconds still.
Yeah. Who's... Is the Quickling Duskin?
Duskin, yes.
Yeah. What's her... Like, is she very perceptive? Will she be able to help the counting and stuff? Not particularly.
Not
Should be
particularly.
able
You
to
should have
count
access
4
to their
times
sheets.
faster than you.
Yes, I do have access to her sheet.
Very quick, but, not so much. Also he.
I was thinking more the fact they can be on my back and not really be seen. Like Rick said, it is still a factor of, I mean, just a random wormling might look a little less suspect than someone riding a dragon or a flying dragon boy.
Look, you could do things like toss invisibility on him and he can get through things much quicker, but again, it's a matter of what he'll actually notice, because, he's got perception, but it ain't necessarily, his strong suit.
How quickly can Spore use their spores?
It's like an action. Whoops, I didn't mean to actually do that. I wanted to collapse it.
No, I will just fly above them by myself then. Doesn't look like anyone might be able to particularly help.
I mean, the thieves, of course, are sneaky and sighty, perceptive, but, past that, release sneaky.
No, if anything, I'd probably prefer to take Guts anyway, one of
Okay.
the actual party. If one of the other flyboys wanted to check out Welshaw's army.
Would Grim go more Rash Gashigar again? Would they be good scout?
Be good cannon fodder. What?
Decent on the counting side, she's not as high a level as the other one. She does have a higher perception than most. She does have access to... Oh, I didn't actually fill in her spells. But she does have access to Pass Without Trace.
So just Tadpole, I think.
Yeah.
Very possible. Let me check.
What's your perception, Guts?
Tadpole doesn't have anything on her.
Passive.
That's
or-
one of her monk abilities.
No, your actual... it's Shadow Step for Tadpole, I'm pretty sure.
Perception
Yeah,
is...
your actual active skill, not the passive.
Yeah, no. Perception is... Let me see. What is... Score is 16. It's a decent...
Yes, there it is.
Shadow has a +5 to perception.
I roll.
I got one. I'll got advantage on like a 3 or something.
I guess the easiest way to do it is to pull us all onto the map, and for you to, towards this circle, pull tokens of who wishes to go where, so you can see exactly who is going, and then we can do from there.
Oh, inside the circle will be me, and whoever wants to ride on my back. Whether it's Guts or Tadpole, I'm not bothered. It's just more chances of rolling a
I'll do
perception
it.
roll.
I'll do it.
I mean, yeah, my perception's pretty high, but you never know with dice or RNG. And now, Flyboys.
And then what, if any, precautions you are taking? You know, we alluded to invisibility on Adrian. Are we going to be doing the same thing on you now, or what?
I'm not bothered about myself personally.
Okay.
Does Guts want a invisibility or something? I mean, I can't
I have
imagine you have the
invisibility.
biggest. I can't imagine you have the biggest profile, but you'd still stick out on a wormling back.
No, yeah,
Excuse me.
I have invisibility. I can cast it.
Aw. Slap that on you then, and we shall take off.
All right. Does anybody particularly wish to go see the Welshaw's stuff? The Welshaw's army is much less. I guess the term I want, but not really that I'm looking for, is regulated. Like, you know, you're not being barred entry or anything like that to it. Because as far as he knows, that you are going to be fighting with him shortly, you know, he wouldn't want to bar entry to you, nor does the people he is press ganging into service exactly you know, care one way or another.
I would definitely want to go have a look, but my perception is terrible, so I would probably want to take someone who can actually.
I mean, when it's not a hostile camp, you can essentially just walk through and be like 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
3, 3, 5, 3.
Yeah.
But I think me and Guts take off.
Okay.
Let's go. Yeehaw.
I obviously use one of my wild shape
I
forms.
suppose.
Not wasting a 4th level spell on scouting.
I would like for both of you to roll me perception.
Awkward moment, Grim turns around and is like, you know what, you guys based everything off perception? I think I'm gonna do...
You know what? I think I'm gonna.
religion roll.
Yeah, right. Let's get an Arcana check. Alright, so
Well-
what we're gonna do, we're gonna pull everybody onto the map. Which map is this? This is this map. This is pretty much what we see. They're organized into sort of pods, I guess. Now that they're actually sort of doing it. Squadge is a much better version than pods. Just ignore me. I'm an idiot sometimes. I have
No, this is pod racing.
Like,
I could totally wipe out one of the squads with my meteor.
I really hate that line from that movie. Ugh. Give me. Oh, let me look something up real quick. Oops, that's not what we wanted.
Yeah.
Give me more, give me more.
Okay, so Drowan, give me an investigation check as well.
Oh god, oh god. Not bad.
That one's I actually got a cross-reference. Hold on.
But 14's still not good enough to see the armies of invisible demons.
Yeah. You notice between each of the platoons another platoon.
That's a handout. That's not
And
a character
in
sheet.
between each of those, 2 more platoons.
this 100-person army just turned into 10,000.
It tripled in size.
No. What it actually did is that you managed to notice that everything towards this bottom is actually an illusion being conjured
Oh!
by one of these little sort of flying ant looking guys.
Well, that's nice, but I still don't like the top half of that group. That's still a few too many.
Which I'm still separating by squads.
So what's fake?
bottom. The bottom part.
From this invisible line in the sand right here.
Yeah, you should be able to see.
Oh my gosh, are you guys on the right? Okay.
Yeah. I can see. That's what I was saying. I still don't exactly like the looks of it. That's what. It's still a good 40 people.
Is that all of the? Is that Welshall's troops? Is that all troops?
No, that's the
more or less.
that's the enemy's troops.
that's
Welshall's
not her
troops is
name.
mostly not great. Again, it's a type of demon that you have not seen typically before, which I'm using for the Nelfishi, whatever sign. Even though that's not what they are. But again, they're sort of a motley crew. They've been press ganged into it. They're generally the weaker demons, stronger than mains, stronger than, dretches or things like that. There are some of the fewer stronger demons that we saw sort of pressed in that were, frankly, getting ready to fight you guys in the arena. The Shusavas, whatever this one that I saved, which for some reason saved his name is. But it looks to be fairly evenly matched, numbers-wise. Adrian, after the scouting and the conferring is going on, you would know that Welshall's army is pretty much outclassed strength-wise, i.e. those are stronger demons, more made for fighting, whereas Welshall's demons are more sort of, made for existing.
Yeah.
I'm going to be back in just a minute. I'm going to go get a refill of coffee.
Correct. Grab some of the tokens off the map before you get back.
Hi, Riley.
Like,
So we dip.
most
This really feels like a we need a dip kind of scenario.
we have 4 ogres.
Ogres
You
are
four
weak.
ogres. Action economy, man. We are going to lose so hard.
Welshall's army will even out the action economy.
Nah, even if it did, even if it wasn't just we have got fodder, they've got kids, and multiples of, including high-level casters who platoon of soldiers, or not platoon, a battalion, I think. I do not think this is a fight that we can win, and I managed to cheese a fucking Hezro.
Yeah, I don't
You
want to
have
fight.
so little faith.
Staying out.
This, trust me. I'm not faithful considering I'm not the cleric. The cleric's with us. But that's not my main character now.
And what is his opinion?
Well, Hondan would probably want to stick around even if it's not fight, but they're also indentured until we actually release them, so they don't have a vote.
It's just like, I'm a head out.
So is he that like really nice guy who's not going to leave because we paid for him?
Not necessarily nice, it's more of a, I don't want to say life debt, because he doesn't his life, but, you know, he has that kind of debt that he has to see off before he can continue. I mean, if we turned around and were like, your services are no longer needed and are rendered null and void, then he would be like, cool, back to my quest. And then he would die in the city fire.
Tea.
But yes, that is my vote anyway. Or Zydrone's vote is to dip. Like, I want to watch the fight, but at the same time, I don't even want to stick around for the fight, because I know once Merilith destroys Wellshaw and his arm.
I wonder if he has any, like, ace up his sleeve. Wonder
I
if
mean,
he's
no
gonna pull
doubt he
something out.
would. No doubt he would, but at the same time, reliant. Rolling one character is one thing, rolling an entire new party sucks.
Yeah.
What if we just got Guts really, really close to the snake thingy?
Did I rant about my
And
coffee
she uses-
shenanigans
And
today?
she uses all of her charges.
No. What happened?
So, like, I'm trying this new thing of coffee, which I was looking up because, you know, obviously lots of free time, even more than normal. And, I looked up this thing. It was like, you know, like, what flavors go really well with coffee? And it's like, well, one of them's cinnamon. I'm like, oh, well, that's interesting. I never really tried that before. So I looked up and I read, and I'm like, well, how can I infuse my coffee with cinnamon? And you brew it, long story short. But also, long story short, is that cinnamon absorbs water like super, super well. So it's like gunked up my coffee machine, which in the filter, which just means that it's like overflowed from the filter. So there's a whole lot of bits and stuff in my coffee. So I'm having to like double like filter my coffee as I'm pouring it into my glass. But it also tastes really good. It's like lightly cinnamony.
Wait, I'm sorry, how'd you do that?
You just added ground cinnamon to my coffee grounds.
Oh, wow, I should try that.
Yeah, but
Do-
don't add,
do you
don't
have
add a
a-
ton.
Do you have a coffee percolator?
No.
Because using a coffee percolator will make that process entirely.
Rick, re-say what you were saying before Grim came back, because that actually sounded like a half-usable idea.
Sorry.
Oh, what you mean about getting Guts close to the snake demon and getting her to use every single one of the charges in her soul back?
Yeah, that one.
I feel like that's gonna end up with me dead.
Like, just Ark of the Covenant styles, melt her face.
That is a sacrifice I am willing to.
The worst thing. Some of you may die, but that is a sacrifice I am willing to make.
I always actually forget, is Guts male or female? I mean,
Wait,
I
what
guess
was the
they're a
question?
bit... I guess they're a bit androgynous in general, considering they're a skeleton, but...
They legitimately
we
can't
know-
have-
Female.
Yeah,
I feel like
did
it.
we... Did we know what gender Guts was?
Yeah, female.
Guts is actually a plastic skeleton from the museum, and no one knows.
That would explain.
There's a couple of more pronounced rib bones.
Like you may or may not remember,
No.
but once upon a time, way long ago, she tried hitting on Skarg.
I wasn't hitting on
That's
Skarg.
right.
The rats. Weird, the rats. No, but I think remember I went out shopping for dresses with
Yes.
Zoosh a
Mhm.
long time ago.
Yeah,
Yes, that is right.
Guns has always been a female, and you just don't.
Well, I don't know if Zydrone would know, or Hundo, but
Zydrone.
certainly a lot of
Yeah. Zydrone.
Actually, a good point.
Janian would have known, but Zydrone and Hondon.
Certainly any of the old party would have known. I mean, Zoosh, of course, always refers to her as sister, and everyone else
Yeah.
as brother, so, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
She
Awkward
knows.
moment when Guts has been walking around like, man, I'm a dude.
Yo,
Not my fault. Not my fault I like dresses.
How do they not know I'm a dude? I've got hella bone.
yeah. Technically, you can tell, 'cause, like when they took my clothes, like you can tell by the shape of the pelvis bone, but I don't know if they know that.
I don't think the good cleric boy was paying
You'd be
Looking.
really careful not to
attention
get
to your
stuff on that.
pelvis.
Yeah, I'm just saying, it's anatomy.
But no, what is?
He's
what are
also
people's
what?
final votes? 'Cause we
But he's
keep
also what,
getting
like yeah. So wait, is this something we're really recommending though? Like, trying to kill whatever her name was with the soul bag? Because I feel like Will Shaw wouldn't really like that.
No, I wasn't actually recommending it. It was just still a usable idea, and he got cut off while sharing it. I know that is
Very true.
annoying.
Those 016, we could not take them.
I mean, Guts' soul bag is pretty powerful, but I think it's more like she said that I don't think Welshaw would like us Ark of the Covenanting his friend's face.
I mean, it's a fun idea, though.
It is fun. It is indeed very fun. Let's keep it up our sleeve in case we ever need to use it again. That's a good idea.
Like, that would be something like, and I don't exactly know, but something like 32d6 damage.
I think we put more souls in there, so wouldn't it be more than that?
Janian is giving an unknown number of charges. We know we have
And then there were
32
the-
charges from the demon.
And then there were 3 more souls that I won the first time I fought in the arena. That
Those
was what
would
I
have
meant,
gone in
'cause I
the
didn't
proper
have a soul
soul
bag
bag.
yet.
Yes.
Those would have gone.
I didn't have a soul bag yet. Didn't have one yet. And then we couldn't take them out to put them in the normal soul.
Actually, yeah, that's the point. Yeah, three isn't gonna make a difference anyway. That's like 3 more dice. I don't think even 36d6 would be enough. It's a lot of ones.
It's true. So, is there anything else that we would like to look for while we are scouting, sort of either side? Again, Welshaw's army is sort of in the haphazardy, just getting put together, i.e. press-ganged, and of course we have come to the conclusion of what's going on with the other army.
Invisibility lasts an hour, right, Guts? Or whoever can answer it. Is invisibility an hour?
A minute.
It's like a minute according to this one, yeah. So it's a
Oh.
shorter duration. It's not like 3.5.
What is this
Well,
now?
in that case, I will drop guts off and then go fly back up.
Spell.
Yeah, she didn't use greater invisibility though.
Last doesn't
I'll
Yeah, I don't think I have greater invisibility.
I'll drop guts off, and then because I was actually wanting to spend a little bit and see if the Marilith is like her patterns. What's she doing? Does she have like her own tent that she's just lounging in, or does she actually go amongst them and command them and give them orders and shit like that? Like, what's her demeanor and routine?
She's actually going around for the most part, giving orders and doing the things. You had a pretty decent perception check. So
Yeah.
you're getting sort of the feeling that she's doing things that she doesn't really know how to do. Like, she's giving commands, and it looks like they're following. Obviously, you're way too far away to, like, hear commands or anything like that, but she seems to be giving commands for the heck of it. Commands that don't necessarily make sense. Things like all of a sudden they're going to start drilling, marching around perimeter of things, and whatnot.
So it literally is just a bored demon having some fun.
Yeah.
What you're saying, Grim, is all these hints is saying we could easily take them, is what you're trying to tell us.
All the tents are the same?
No, I'm saying all the hints you're giving us.
Oh, the hints! I mean, hey. Oh no.
I mean, hey, I always want a good TPK story.
But this isn't even necessarily a thing that I was alluding to, that I was hinting at in the beginning either, so. Because again, I can't plan for y'all. I just make several plans and then we see what sticks.
Well, because she's just wanting fun, and we don't really have another more fun option for our story dip. I reckon we just leave Wellshore to its devices and stop in on the way back, and if the city's a burning pile of rubble, then we pick around, see what we can find. Maybe we can find the Soul Forge or whatever, and if not, then we continue back to the city. But
Straight
that's
up,
my
like,
vote.
Nah, I agree with that. I don't want to.
Skeletons.
So, woof, like, I hate to be, you know, the voice, because it seems like I'm pressuring you to do things, and I'm not.
Stop pressuring us, peer pressure.
But where are you gonna go? Like, if you're
Direction.
gonna leave, yeah.
That direction.
I'm like, we could go in that direction.
I mean, we could keep till the compass changes direct and starts to a new the soul compass of the city.
You're breaking up a ton, by the way.
Oh, sorry, I'm outside. The soul compass, I mean, not the city compass.
Yeah. Speaking of, Adrian, you had the compass itself, correct?
We all the soul one, yeah.
Yeah, the soul one. If you check it, pretty much any time from now until tomorrow, and we're assuming that we've checked it because we've sort of brought up, you know, checking it, it is no longer pointing in the direction of Wellshaw himself. Instead, it is pointing to the direction of the arena.
That's
Yeah.
weird, guys.
So, should we go check that out?
Yes. But we probably shouldn't do it open.
What was that?
We should probably check it out, but not openly. Like, we should have some sneakiness to it. I mean, he'll be keyed on to it.
One played Tadpole on the Assassin. Go look.
Yeah, but Tadpole's not here, and
Hey, one of us can
we
play
need-
Tadpole and the Assassin.
Yeah, we can
Yes.
NPC him at that point.
Oh, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, she's the sneaky.
So do you give them the compass itself so they can...
Sure.
Or
I want it
I
back.
don't know.
come with them?
I don't know. Do we give Tadpole the compass? She might just leave us here.
Like, that's possible, but certainly no. I'm not gonna have her do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Hey, Devil, you stole all those stuff and left us in the abyss again. Again. Yeah, you did it 3 times.
So if you have them scout out what's going on, let's get a stealth check from whomever is going, and then a perception check as well.
Anyone control the Tadpole?
Oh, excuse me. I can go ahead and do both of those. Stealth first, followed by perception.
We presume she's using pass all the trace on
Mhm.
whoever goes. I'm sending the owl in. Owl, where are you? Where's the owl, guys?
And your thiefy people are Zool, Court. That's it.
That's sad. Who's better stealth? Court, Zool, Potato Man?
That is a good question.
Zool, I'd imagine.
Zool
Oh.
has plus 10.
Court is plus 10.
They're both the
Well, then
same.
they're both the same.
Take the
Zool,
quick one
who's
as
better?
well.
Who's better perception?
Take the quickling as well.
They're both the same.
They're both awful.
So 17, you know. I'm just saying court, I guess. I don't know.
So the
Stealth.
arena is pretty much been emptied at this point. Nobody is doing any fighting there. It's been sort of barred for, the emergency, we're being invaded purposes.
That's not an emergency.
still
That's
there.
Tuesday.
Probably happens a little bit less than you might think. Whoops. So if you ignore all these tokens that are still on here, we'll find that in the very center of the main ring, as I mentioned before, there's a throne set up for Welshaw. With a little bit of poking around, it's not entirely a throne. There is some sort of entrance to it, very small. You could probably squeeze something, medium size into it, but it would take some sort of difficulty.
Good thing Tadpole's small, right?
Yeah. Do you have them go down it?
One hand, I feel like Tadpole's up position. The other hand, untold loot. So Flip a coin. Droid type of week. Put your life on the coin flip. Okay, it's even. They're going in.
I like how you didn't say it was odds or evens for what.
I just assume
You
even
rolled.
is. I assume even is heads and odds is tails personally, but that's just me. Because
Yeah, but you
odds
didn't
weird.
say which. You didn't say which was which.
I
You say
know.
that odds or
I thought it
evens
was
was
real
going to be
good.
go in or stay. I don't think we should be sending down another PC's character into a place, especially when it's the one character who is really adamant on the don't split the party. They don't even like doing the small splits.
Right.
So can we reckon
But
Doing a
that's
tiny
just
bit of
Yeah, that's
scouting,
fair.
however.
Yeah, like scouting and stuff. I'm fine sending Tadpole on, but I'm not sending them into a dungeon. If they want to come back and get us, and we'll all go in, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I just don't want to. At the end of the day, I'll make jokes about it, but I don't want to have to tell Daddy, "Oh, hey, sorry, dude, you're missing half your health and 3 limbs," or something like that.
No, we still the radio regeneration. They'll be missing any of them so long.
True.
The tunnel, sort of passageway, does continue on for a significant way. Along the walls, there's just an incredibly complex series of tubes, almost like wiring, that sort of leads up into the throne.
So he sits
of
on there, he
itself.
gets his soul. My mic was over here. He sits on there, he gets his soul juice. I'm okay with all going down. We'll probably need someone with Arcana anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or detect magic every 5 feet so we don't set up any alarms.
Well, that can wait until you're actually, like, heading down there and under what circumstances you're heading down there. Because I presume you're not instantly just beelining for it when you find out about it.
Yeah, fuck the guy fist us with one fist. That's sillish.
Yeah, now let's wait until he's distracted with this fight tomorrow.
Yeah.
I reckon we tell him that, no, sorry, we're not going to fight for him, but we'll stick around and watch what happens because, hey, at the end of the day, even if they are demons, do we really want... I mean, no, we don't care, but we can say to him, do we really want to just, leave hundreds of souls to their fate, or what? But at the end of the day, we're not going to fight for him, and then when he's distracted, we go steal his shit.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, just illogical.
It's his fault for
you have
not
to play
looking
the
for it.
logic part. It's just illogical to go into a fight we can't win. Logic.
Can't reasonably win, yeah.
yeah,
To
isn't
the
he supposed to
lawful
be
entity who is playing chess with this artifact. He's corrupted. If he's a robot, can we kill him with paradoxes, Grim?
Let's just ask him what love is.
What is love?
We try to make him pass the Turing test. Will that just make him explode?
Probably not.
This sentence is false.
Calm down, madam.
So, I mean, it seems like we're pretty unanimous in the wish to, while there's fighting go along, sort of explore what's going on with this, this thing. Yeah, let's say thing. Yeah.
What's the tunnel? Yeah. What's the tunnel made out of, though? Like, is it stone? Is it,
It is
the
a
bug?
metal of unknown type.
Back.
Ironically, the metal itself is probably worth a lot.
Oh well, we're becoming miners, guys.
That's just an aside, though. I don't think you really have any way to strip this place and do anything with it.
Well, me and Guts could, and probably Adrian too, could just consistently cast heat metal and then slagify it that way.
And that's awfully presumptive. I don't think it gets things hot enough to melt the metal.
You're saying
Gotta
it's inside job?
try.
What was that, Adrian?
It was all an inside job?
Does no one have a tinderbox?
Steel?
But yeah, is that pretty much the plan?
I think so, yes.
Okay.
Sure.
Sounds good to me.
Sure, Tapper would approve.
Yeah.
Sneaking and stealing, yeah.
Does anyone have anything that they wish to do prior to all of this?
Prepare
What's up,
bed.
kiddo? Okay, hold on. Give me a couple minutes. I'll be right back.
Yeah, sure.
What kind of spells might we need?
I'm preparing banishment to save my own skin. Who said that? What?
Yeah.
Oh no. I have my rituals, which I would need. Scorching Ray and Mind Spike. Invisibility, what does that do? What? You want not to open any doors? It's allowable underground.
We don't need knock,
I have
we've
a
got
ring of
Rick,
keys.
and we've got Rick anyway. I punched the door.
So what you're saying is we need to spell magic?
I would imagine so. Yes. Man, why is Lesser Restoration so shit for a spell?
Alright, so I texted her. We'll see what happens, but I'm going to keep on, Can you go run this to the other room?
Oh, wait.
Thanks.
We totally don't need knock.
Alright, I'm back for now.
Yeah, we killed the demon lord, we're all good.
Yay! There was much rejoicing. Wait, which one?
Exactly.
Both. And a third one that showed up, actually.
We're level 10 now?
That
please?
sounds like level 10 talk.
That sounds like Tarask talk. What's that? You guys are still level 8 fighting a Tarask?
Y'all want to fight a Tarask or not?
I mean, I figure if you get enough people, it's no biggie.
You know how much AoE that shit has, Graham?
I don't. I actually have no idea what the 5e Tarask looks like.
I mean, it's weaker, realistically, than the old editions, because they took some shit off.
Mm-hmm.
They put this as multi-attack, which includes Fightful Presence. It can make 5 attacks, 1 bite, 2 claws, 1 horn, 1 tail, and it can use Swallow instead of its bite.
Yeah.
They'll have at least a 10-foot, 15-foot, 20-foot range, depending on which limb it is. And
Still not something.
Fightful Present is each creature of the Tarask twice within 120 feet, and aware of it must make a DC 17 Wisdom throw, be frightened. Of course,
Still
if
not
you,
something I'd
if you
want
end
to
it, you're immune to it for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Everything else is DC 20 strength checks to not be knocked prone or grappled or stuff. It's all plus 19 to hit. It's
And
all
then
one
there's-
I
target.
don't think
though.
I've actually looked at it since like the 2nd edition Monster Manual, to be honest with you.
And
I mean,
then
it's
there's
not
the
something
fact
you
that-
ever really like use. I mean, like how many
Well,
people
it's-
have actually fought even something like that? Like maybe you've
It's a
heard of
meme
something,
thing.
but yeah.
Oh, also, any spells on it needs to roll a 1d6. Unless it rolls a 6, it's unaffected.
Yep. It can just say no to death. Just you kill it, but it goes, nah, fam.
Not today.
I think it can do that like 3 times too.
Ah, that's ridiculous.
I don't think it has an ability like that now. You'll need Wish to kill it.
Oh, did that? Oh, you don't need wish, or you do?
It doesn't say on the stat sheet you do.
Yeah.
It just
'Cause I know
has,
you-
700 HP and 25 AC. And it can't
Yeah.
be by spells.
Hey, so I did have the same AC as it with Jet.
I get plate mail, I can start trucking off
How'd
higher.
that work out?
Shield.
Grim's just like, I'm so glad I killed him before he got stronger.
He was just so hard to hit. Not using.
No, his weakness was saving throws. He had bad saving throws.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a weakness to heat metal as well. Considering he was walking around in an
That's why
easy
you
bake
get your
oven.
plate mail made out of Terraskite.
Oh, see, that would be some awesome level 20 gear. Terraskite armor.
Imagine walking around in that.
Isn't
though.
there only
Like,
one?
Yeah, I killed a Tarask.
Yeah, there's only ever one Tarask in existence on any
Unless the
plane at a
time there's
time.
more than one.
Yeah, but they're still pretty massive, so you'd be able to get a lot of armor off.
Oh,
them.
yeah.
It's true. Imagine being the guy who's like, yeah, I specialize in making Tarask armor. I have a lot.
Imagine-
Of,
I feel like
I have a
you're
lot of periods of
free every other
downtime.
Imagine being the guy who turns around and is like, fuck, I really need that smith who can craft Tarask armor, but I killed him. Curse my murder hobo ways.
Curse them.
Oh no, he got crushed by the Terrask.
So, Grim, what spells will we be needing to get through your Dungeon of Death?
That's a good question. I mean, I know the answer, but I don't think you guys do.
Thanks, I hate it.
Again, the most that you've seen are, or is, whatever con, sort of metally walls and pipes leading everywhere to and fro, almost haphazardly. It would probably take a lifetime to study it to understand who, where, what, and why. Like, it looks like a really, really disorganized server room in the back.
Quick at the artificer, she'll know.
Just rip out all the wiring.
Yeah.
But we are still sort of skipping some steps here. Number one, our ogres definitely cannot come in to the thing.
No, I didn't know it meant so.
They're too large one way or another, so they're gonna have to sit this one out.
Legend of Ogres are only CO2, they're useless. Why did we buy them?
Tadpole liked them? I don't want to ask questions.
On that note, Ogre zombies are also CO2.
What
We-
about
we-
Ogre Skeleton?
We need
Why would you?
somewhere safe. We need somewhere safe for the NPCs that.
What are we doing? How are we going about it?
Yeah.
We still have not at this point turned down Welshaw. He's expecting to come for us, for you, to come and talk to him. Preferably by the end of the day. I don't think we super well established it, or if we did, I forget.
Sounds like we didn't.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I make no thingies.
Grim, I'd
from
like
my
to
memory.
I'd like to cast Banishment on the Shifting City to make us leave hell.
Only that.
It's a clever idea. I think to cover something that big, you'd need a lot of people casting it.
But it's just one entity, right?
Technically.
City
so
disappears.
you wanna, like-
every inhabitant.
Yeah, it's
Left
just
I
behind.
want
one
to take
there.
the city and push it somewhere else.
All the people in buildings like 7 stories up are just plummeting to the ground.
They'll count as equipment, I think, in this case.
Equipment.
Inventory.
Again, so, like, what are we doing? Are we...
let's leave the hirelings minus. Who did we want to take?
Hurt, maybe? It's probably, and maybe the artificer, at least.
Yep.
Again,
I
we'll
want
sort
to
of,
say Dusk.
we can pull people into the circle wherever their circle is.
I mean,
You all don't count.
How-
You have to come.
how was Duskin being run for size-wise? I retoken Honda.
Duskin is small. I mean, Duskin is tiny, actually.
Yeah. So I was,
Duskin's smaller than my hand.
Duskin can just ride on my shoulder or something when they're not running
Like,
around.
he doesn't, take up space. Your
That's
wormling
the
cannot get
reason
in
why I think-
either, Adrian.
Ooh, it's thin.
But why?
Yeah, like, you can shift it, I guess, but, I mean, it's a medium-sized hole, and he's large.
The
don't know.
wormling's a medium-sized creature.
The wormling
yeah.
is medium?
Yeah, that's why I can still transform into it.
That's right, okay.
That made me panic. I was
If
like,
you-
oh, god damn, I can't transform into my wormling.
If you transform into a T-Rex, like, while we're in the hole, do you just, like, die?
I would imagine I would die, and so would everyone else in the tunnel around me.
Just boom, massive, and like when you're massive, like all little bones would just.
You've seen Attack on Titan and how the shifted Titans won't go underground? Yeah, that's why.
Alright, so we like the idea of Duskin, we like the idea of Heart. I might recommend Whisper.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that would have been my
I say we
next.
should take.
Duskin, Heart, Whisper.
And these are
And-
these are Reg, these are Zoosh. Zoosh, of course, wishes to come.
Yeah, I'm not happy leaving Zoosh up top.
The whatchamacallits wish to come. The hags.
We don't want
Wow.
to come.
They're an extension of fucking Guts by this point.
Yep, they're coming where I'm coming. That's not grammatically
Well, they better
correct. Going
fight
where I'm
instead
going.
of just ridicule your fighting this time.
Are we able to give the ones staying behind some way to contact us? Do we have anything? Asking the other magic users.
You don't. I mean, you can contact them, but
Yeah. I'm thinking more of if they come under fire.
they can't really contact you. We don't have a lot of casters or anything like that amongst our NPCs.
The artificer doesn't have any sort of contact devices.
The artificer would, but I thought you were taking the artificer with you.
Why can't she give anything to anyone else?
Well, we could just leave her behind. She
We'll
won't be.
do artificial stuff.
Yeah.
Like, given some time to prepare
Well, if the dungeon
something,
is
she
through-
could, but, like...
Oh, she has overnight.
Yeah, she could prepare something to give to them.
Even if it's just like a one-use alarm thing that just tells her
Mm-hmm.
and she can tell us that something's happening or something like that.
Yeah.
On the other note, what is our goal with stealing Melshaw's shit?
Well, we got to see what he's got first. We'll see what's down there. I mean, I don't
Presuming
think-
the fountain.
Yeah, we're presuming, but we don't know for sure. Like, at the end of the day, we just say, hey, we got bored while watching and decided to explore the tunnel. We didn't think it was anything bad.
That was an enemy attempt to destroy your phone, you know?
Did you know there's a tunnel down there?
Yeah, We found this awesome
bro,
tunnel. We
just
thought
something.
maybe they were trying to get in. But no, we rob him blind, like he's gone out to the opera for the night.
You got Bruce Wayne him.
Just supercharged Guts' bag with the silver fountain. Guts becomes the spark of divinity.
Ooh, ascent to godhood. No, but
The bone phone.
the bone zone.
Creates her own dimension. It's just bone.
It's just like the bone wall. It's just bone wall.
Goes around
Oh, no.
one-shotting everything
it's-
for a while.
Hmm.
It's like a rubber room, but with bone wool for the walls and floor.
So is this group looking good? Of NPCs?
Yes.
Do we wish to bring more? Do we
I'm
wish to bring
satisfied with them.
less?
I don't think there's a couple of other characters on there. Like I know Hondon's not.
I'll tell you when
And
she
it-
texts
Hondon
me.
won't
She has
fit.
not
Just
texted.
got text.
Okay. Alright, hold on a second. Alright, calm down. Don't look over my shoulder.
What did she say?
I said, hi, Mommy.
Cocaine?
She said, hi, Riley Bug.
Tell everybody when to.
What about cocaine?
Do we have any?
No.
Would you like to post
Unless
some
making
Minecraft?
a Bisfield drug campaign.
We're just gonna start selling meth.
Yeah, we could
Yes.
just be drug lords of the abyss.
Does that do anything for demons? No. They can't be poisoned, can
Well, maybe if we give them like arsenic or something, it might be like weed.
What
Is that
about
how that-
opium?
Is that how that works?
I'm sure it's not, but we can say it is.
Here, try some of
You're like,
my
I'll try
new
anything.
drink. I call it acetone.
I call it Egatone.
Another note of things I did not know I did not want to see. I guess for his Final Fantasy VII Remake review, Angry Joe, they all had one point where they just dressed up as Tifa. All of them. Why?
Oh come on, that's pretty wild. I like that. That's funny.
I need the eye bleach. I did not want to see Angry Joe with breasts.
Wait, did they add that, or did they just like they made them actually have that, or they just dressed them up like her?
There you go. Play it. The thumbnail has it. Look at your PMs, Guts.
Give me a hot second. I haven't watched Angry Joe in such a long time. Did he like it though? Did you
Oh
watch
yeah,
it?
9 out of 10. He's never played the original, he just got it on Switch. But he needs to play Crisis Core 2 to understand everything.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like on some level I like watching game reviews, but I don't know. I only really trust small reviewers to be able to tell me
It's a handful.
any
Like I
certain
don't think
game's good
like
or not.
Joe. He has his own taste, but definitely wouldn't like sabotage or anything. While like some of the quote unquote good industry reviewers like gave like a ton of a bad review just because they didn't get the new mechanics and stuff, and people shat on them so much. It's
Yeah, that's why I don't really trust like IGN and stuff.
I'm talking about like there's some of the bigger YouTubers that we people go to for like better opinions on stuff. But they even trash it themselves. I think they're kind of being kind of cliquey nowadays too, like the Olive Game media is.
Unfortunately, yes.
Who likes Hondon's new look?
Who now?
Is this the new icon? Where?
Next to Sue.
Next to Sue?
The artificer.
I'm blind. I can't see. Aww. And you should keep it like that. Keep it like that.
I also realized we now have 2 Sues in the party.
We sure do.
We do. We have Wild Sue and we have regular Sue.
We are very barbarian heavy.
Did you call my barbarian heavy?
She's
Yes,
just
Called you fat.
come on.
But we've got Hart, Rick, and I'm pretty sure Zoosh was one as well.
It is a weird thing, but technically, she's the sole survivor class.
Yes.
The murderer won.
Let's see, I have
Did mommy say anything?
She can't get on right now.
1, 2, 3,
I'm asking
plus
her for a time frame of when she-
12. I have 24 skeletons I could make at a time.
That's mental.
Plot twist, we get a lucky banishment on Hellshawn. He's banished to his own plane of Mechanicus or some shit.
He just reappears right in front of you.
Why, Daddy?
I don't know why, my love.
Oh.
She doesn't say why.
Does he have magic?
I don't know.
At this point, we're
Alright, I'm alive for a bit.
okay, Grim, we're level 10 now, by the way.
Yeah.
Just like you know.
I thought we were level 10 last time we turned up. Wouldn't we be level 12 by now?
Oh, good point.
Please say your
Nothing,
token is
we're
not
level
Bavar.
It's so cute. I love it. He needs to keep it. Let him keep it.
That's worth level 10, right, Grim?
Say what?
That token's worth level up, right?
Ugh.
Imagine if you had 5 level spells to deal with this situation.
Okay, so I'm sorry. What was the plan?
Hold up.
We are going to go murder shit in your dungeon.
Yes.
The next day when the fighting starts. I believe it would still be the day before, though.
Yes, at the moment. Are we talking
Do
to
we-
Elshaw? Are we saying no, we can't help you? Are we doing what? Are we just going to ignore him?
I
Yes.
feel
Yes,
like it
to
would
the
be a
above.
bad idea to just completely leave the Demon Lord hanging. We should probably
Yeah.
say we're not fighting for him.
Yeah, that would probably be a good idea. Good luck with that, Rick. We
I would
don't
like
know.
you to all know the title of this video has appeared in my video feed.
Hmm?
Okay, it's really bad. It's Warhammer 40k lore by some person I don't know. It's basically asking if Space Marines are Unix or not. It's a very interesting
Don't
thing
know.
in my feed.
I mean, yes, they are, but
Yeah. Ask why. I thought to
You assume
Yeah.
you assume the Celestial demons got them back somehow. All the weird shit they do.
Well, like, literally all of them have some form of ecclesiarchy involved, even if it's not the Sisters of Battle. But who's going to go talk to Elshaw?
Tadpole. No.
No, I'll go.
I'll be one of the folks to go.
We'll talk to Elshaw. I'll go too.
I volunteer as tribute.
All right.
I will
Yeah.
stick with the camp.
Without too much looking around, you manage to find him. Again, he's sort of in the middle of browbeating lesser demons into fighting for him. You notice that when you do, or when he does sort of press gang someone into the army, he gives them something. Every single one of them, he winds up giving what looks like a scaled. I was going to say small, but you know, demons vary in sizes. Silver ring. He turns to you after he notices you, and he goes, "Ah, you've returned with your answer. Will you fight for me?"
Indeed.
Whoa.
Don't say that!
Okay, good.
Well.
Well, fuck.
Why do you have to be out of time at this moment, God?
Guts does her own thing.
Well.
I suppose since I'm there, I have to start fighting.
Well, we've come
We
to a discussion
have-
after copious drugs and scouting the forces that we would believe the logical answer in this case that we would not be able to accomplish your goal and we would be putting ourselves in harm's way for, and no offense, something we don't have much stake in ourselves. So the answer is going to be a negative on that, even with the promises of the information about the Soul Forge.
He looks at you sort of long and hard, and he's quiet for a while. You would doubt your abilities even with my blessing? And he sort of holds up one of these silver rings that he's been passing out.
To be fair, you haven't told us
can I-
anything about it.
Can I ask what that?
What exactly does that do? What do you mean by your blessing?
Alright, I have to mute myself for a moment. She said let's shoot for around 4-ish.
Grim's giving us mixed messages,
said
guys.
let's-
We should
Sir,
be
this is a
Give me a
Wendy's.
second.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh my God, it's
Sorry, I'm gonna have to kind of start wrap things up a little bit here, unfortunately.
I cast Identify on the ring.
It's strong. It makes some sort of conduit between you and he. It is no
That's a
secret
big no.
between the that I have the possession of the Soul Forge. A soul fountain. I can use it to energize any who hold these rings that I can.
Define energize.
Like, ostensibly, it gives you some bonus ACs, and like that's about it.
No more spells, no powers, no plastic, no damage bonus.
No, like he can concentrate on it, and you can get damage bonuses from it as well. But like putting it on just gives you like +2 AC. Past that, it's something that takes like will from him to do.
Say, even then, even with, your opponent being unorganized, they do still have at least some of the forces are fake, let's be honest, they're illusions, but it's also a lot of, let alone the Cambians, the Aerodemons, the other higher class demons they still have a few hundred mains and dredges and stuff too.
You doubt yourself against Dretches?
I doubt myself against 200 plus stretches. See, you gotta think of it in terms of I can kill X amount of them, but they can probably still kill me in the end.
Unfortunately, we
Also,
are just not as hardy or resistant as you.
It's like as an OOC thing. Like, I don't know where we got 200 Dretches from. Like, I don't know if
we did scout them. There were a few hundred at least. I'm just giving an earball number. We did get a little peek. You said there were at least a few hundred, at least less than 1,000 overall.
Yeah, of the actual cannon fodders, like the dredges and the what are they called? The
Mains.
Mains, yeah.
We even
And I mean,
scouted
even
them
if
out
made-
and found out that half of them are imaginary.
Even with
Dredge-
half of them being imaginary, it's too many.
Dredge is 18 HP, 11 AC. It's slow. It's still resistant to my fucking cold fire lightning. Maybe I guess a fireball could take a decent amount of them out and stuff. But at the same time, they have +5 to hit, and they each then 2 attack. Or +2 to hit. So it would be hard to hit any of them.
Like, I don't know if I messed up. I mean, like, I'm chalking it to me messing up, but there are not like hundreds of them. There's like
You said there were literally at least less than
like the
1,000. but
entire group is that might be me just misspeaking then. Like the number of tokens I put on the thing were the number that we saw.
overall.
Yeah.
Let's go back to that page.
Huh?
Let's go back to
Grim's
that
like,
page.
oh god damn, I deleted it.
No.
And then that bottom row are all
Well,
the
if it's
imaginary
less
ones,
people, I don't see a
We can
problem
take
with that.
those.
But still,
So
I don't think.
And
I
again,
still
I mean, that's totally
wanna
my
fight
bad if
for them.
I did that. I'm not doubting that I did.
Yeah.
I mean, you've heard me talk, but I certainly didn't mean to.
I don't know, that still looks like a few too many.
We still have all our extra chairs.
Yeah, I'm still not keen on.
Yeah,
And
but
these are
I mean, like, all of a sudden, it makes way more sense why you guys thought you had no chance whatsoever.
I'm just saying,
they're,
these
They're
are all dead
strong.
in one turn.
yeah, but
These
the
are fake.
strong ones are really strong.
No. These are really strong. These are really strong. We can take the Cambians in groups. Maybe we can take the squads one at a time, maybe. But we're
I
all
reckon-
not going to be in open combat in this entirely.
I
We have
reckon
all
each
his
of those
demons. We have a
squads-
few of these on our sides too. Don't forget.
Unfortunately, like I said, I am going to have to go here, but we can talk
Yes.
about it a little bit more. Super my bad for, like, misleading you or whatever.
Oh, there was at least
Yeah,
5 times that.
No, I'm sorry.
See,
Can you-
Cambians are only CR5, but I mean, they still have HP that rival me and Rick.
Right.
They can fly.
Yeah,
they
and I'm
have
still super squishy.
Can you
They
make
have plus-
a
3 to 4 on basically all their stats.
another page of Welshaw's army on the opposite side, maybe, or something like that? Like, we don't even know how many, like, we know we have is the future servers and stuff, right?
Yes.
Well, what's his big hitters? What does he have?
His big hitters are the Shisuvas, and exactly the same thing that these things are, basically.
So the only bonuses would be the Cambians, basically,
Yeah.
and with the
Yeah,
AO
but-
demons.
Each of those Cambians can basically match one of us.
And then
Not to mention they will be working in squads with ranged support as well. I mean, we can talk about it during the week, but yeah, I still don't feel like, even if
Again,
we took
like,
out
super
chaff.
my bad too.
We can see if well, shall
And
be
then-
willing to give anything to the Babao to even it up like we wanted to. They can't. Plus, you're also forgetting we have all the skeletons with +1 gear at least.
And they have a Marilith, though, is the other big thing.
Whoa, we have a Welshar who can beat the Marilith.
That laugh alone tells me that we have a Welshore doesn't hold much standing.
No, I just think it's funny that we have a.
Oh,
We
so
have
there's,
the-
We have a rat.
there's multiple
We have
Welshores?
a-
Well, I'm in. I don't know, I reckon we can talk about it during the week. I mean, seeing the numbers, if even with the chaff gone, we could, like, in first turn, we could have a chance, but I don't like how many Cambions there are.
Yeah, they make me a little nervous.
Like, the big
Or
guys-
we would be able to.
The big guys I'm a bit more fine with because we can single them out, and you know I've got large amounts of HP that I can tap into. But the Cambions will just out action us, and they'll put us at disadvantages with flanking and shit.
But we still have our own troops too, and all the NPCs, presumably.
I swear
Yeah.
I wrote it down at one point, but I don't see it now.
Plus, whatever the hell Guts can do.
We will let Grim go though, and
Yeah, unfortunately, again.
Plus, we fought again.
Certainly not what I intended, but
it is fine. Life happens.
yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, life
Yeah.
happens.
Baby mamas and exes happen.
We tried a restraining order. I don't know the situation, but I hear those work.
I mean,
He can't
It's
say
not
anything
like
'cause
that.
she's in the house.
it's not like that. It's just there's no concrete planning. Like, you know, this is the thing that
Yeah.
needs to be it. Yes, it definite. At X o'clock, I will be, you know, doing this thing, and it's just not.
It's
well.
just woman.
I have a question though.
Yeah.
Is the stream still going?
For the moment, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
Like anyone
This is
watches
big.
this.
yeah. I mean, to be honest, there's like 6 people who occasionally watch it, so you know,
Yeah, but
Most
still.
of them know you, honestly. Probably.
probably. But it is what
It
it
is
is.
fine.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm heading off now.
It
Well,
is what
Sorry
it is.
for it again. Thanks for coming out, everybody. We'll be doing it again next Wednesday. Hopefully for the full session.
Hopefully, we make it combat.
Hopefully we don't get killed.
Look, like there's a lot of combat planned in one of 2 directions that we can go in, so you know you just gotta pick one and go in it.
What are the 2 directions?
I
The
mean,
tunnel or the army.
yeah,
Those seem to be the 2 options at the moment, besides obviously just straight up going, nah, we outs.
uh-huh,
Plus, mind you, we get 2 AC from Welshar.
yeah, which
That
is,
is
you
not
know,
actually
nothing
not
to
bad.
scoff at.
That's 17 for me, passively.
I'm
And you
gonna
need
sly
to
on the sly
have
say
it.
that to
I mean, you know, I'm not gonna say it's necessarily the best thing.
Can you imagine if Jenny hadn't died?
Right?
I know.
You would have like regretted that so hard.
All right, I'm so sorry. I gotta go.
Yes,
Yep.
go, Grim, go.
Let me just stop this.